Boom. Hey guys, thank you Spirit. Hey guys, hey, it's me T coming at you with a new reading. Happy Halloweeny. I'm so excited. Coming at you with a reading using the Angel Answers Oracle deck. This is probably more so going to be a love reading, but if it's not, then it's a general reading that gives you answers. So basically, like, to combine it all, it might be the answers to your love questions, okay? And yeah, so maybe that's happening. Maybe we're going to keep it separate. Let's just see how it feels. And I also suggest and encourage you guys to feel for yourself so that you can literally be able to navigate this reading a whole lot better and make it more personalized, right? But like not in like a make-believe type of way, but more so in a what feels true to you type of way, like following your heart, right? Not following anybody else's heart but yours. You got one heart, baby. Follow that heart. Okay. So, highest and best Yang card for today is, actually it would probably be for tomorrow, but for today as of now. Alright. By the way, since it's Halloweeny, I am giving myself a little, well, first of all, I always follow my intuition, right? So, but intuition definitely, since it's knowledge, spirituality, it's Monday, so it's typically knowledge, spirituality, self-care, self-love day. I literally like needed time today, so that was a lot of my self-love, self-care, and so hence why I'm coming on a little bit later than normal. But this like pertains to right now and going forward into tomorrow, which is up until 3 p.m. and or all day. I think it might be and or all day. I don't know why. Maybe because we pushed the reading a little bit more forward, so it might leak into the entire day going forward. Hey, welcome. Happy Halloween. I don't know what made me so thirsty today. Holy shit. I am like thirsty. Alright, so basically the card for right now is the card that says no exclamation point, okay? So I'm getting a whole bunch of different things for this, which is making me laugh, which is like, no, don't do fucking black magic. Like, no, don't do stupid shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because tonight is not the night you fucking do that, even though people think that that is what you fucking do. It's definitely not what you want to fucking do, because karma is at play all the time. So my whole thing is, don't fuck around with it, because karma is not something you want to fuck around and find out about. Alright, I would just never recommend that. Yeah, you're in the life, yeah. And so basically, I also feel like this is a very interesting card, because Mondays, right, tend to be like more so, I would definitely want to mention miracles for sure, but also since it's a very yin day and this is a card for it, like in the yin position, it definitely talks about basically like somebody being alone and saying no to everybody else, like kind of like fuck everybody else, I want to be alone, I want to do my own thing. And or it could be the rebellious aspect of no, like I just said, fuck everybody else, right? So it could be like you rebelliously wanting to be alone and like not, like basically putting your boundaries up so that you can have more alone time. Yeah, me too. I do like, I do love la karma. And so Yeah, I do. I love karma. Let me see what else is going on. All right, Midway Happy Way is within the next few months is what's going on. Now, this is really interesting because okay, it's always about the message, but I don't know if this is like so much about the message, but like more so because I feel like it's more so about the picture, so I might have to go in a little descriptive mode in that. But oh, this is what I'm getting. Okay, so I'm looking at the word within in terms of within the next few months. And within is making me think about, like, it's like, I'm seeing the word witch behind it. So it's like the witches are going within the next few months. And, or, this just came through too, is witches are going in. So they are not fucking around. And the description, like, in terms of the artwork, is more so about, like, a golden temple and, like, a rising to, like, basically the golden temple is a part of your lit up path. And so there are steps, like, there's, like, a step and then a landing, and then steps and then a landing to this, like, temple. But I feel like the witch, and then at the top of the temple is actually, like, kind of, like, more of, like, sunrise rays. So what I'm getting here is that the witches, I'm also getting witch hunt, which is not at all what I fucking ever channel. But that's why I'm laughing at it, because I'm like, dude, like, when are we gonna get over that shit? But the whole thing is, and I mean that in a good way, not like to, like, you know, sweep it under the rug, but my whole thing is when it comes, and more so, I always talk about, like, evolution. So that's when I say get over it, it's not that your feelings don't mean shit. It means that you need to do it for yourself, where you kind of, like, if you're in a failing position, or if you're in a position that you literally are just, like, down and out about, you need to lift yourself up by the bootstraps real quick to kind of, like get a jump start, but also get ahead and, like, move past it, right? So in a healthy way, I'm always talking about it in a healthy way, because the fact is the healthy way is going to get you to longer, what's it called, just basically allowing you to be on the golden path a lot longer, but also taking you towards the long term of it, so that you can, like, enjoy your now up until the longer lasting effects of it, rather than short term anything. Because short term, it's like, it's fun, but, like, it doesn't really, it's like, what am I thinking about? It's like, you know, when the doctor gives you, like, synthetic medicine versus, like, herbal medicine, it's kind of like the herbal really treats it at the roots, right? Because herbs are rooted, right? They grow in the earth, and they're more natural. But, like, if a doctor, which I don't knock either, really, but my whole thing is, and I actually most likely, like, if there's anything really wrong, I would encourage both, but there's so much to do before taking anything. You know what I'm saying? There's so much at your fingertips before taking anything, but whatever, teach its own. I'm not a doctor, but the whole thing is that I'm getting here is, like, more so, I don't even know what the fuck I was just talking about, is, like, basically, what I wanted to say here was, like, oh yeah, we're talking about long-term, short-term. So long-term is more so, like, treating it, and then also enjoying it for the long haul, but the short-term is more so, like, it's like a synthetic drug. Like, you take it to, like, ease whatever's going on, but it doesn't really knock it out, like, permanently and prosperously and profitably, that type of thing, right? So it's like, so my whole thing is, I'm always thinking, like, whatever takes the longest in terms of the long haul is really what needs to be kind of looked at. So when I talk about the longest version of things, I'm talking about, like, implementing really good habits for the long haul, so that, like, you don't have to literally just, like, kind of burst your own bubble with the short-term fucking rewards, is what I want to try to say, because that's kind of sort of a suffering that we don't need to go we don't need to go through, but at the same time, it's a good reward system after a long time of long-term shit, right? Like, let's say, like, because people can only do, like, kind of when you're running a race, right, and you're doing the long race versus the short race, like, even long-term runners need a fucking break after a long time, you know what I'm saying? So that's when it's kind of good to implement. So going into tomorrow is Tuesday a.m. into 3 p.m. is what I labeled the day as, in terms of feng shui, what I label the day as, what is it? Oh, family. So traditionally family, but transitionally in terms of what I added to it is angels, ancestors, also friend fam, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the best fam. Friend fam is the best fam. I love friend fam so hard. It's like, it's just so much fun. So, and actually, alright, well, whatever, that was meant to come out. So, this card for tomorrow is get more information. So, I don't know how that is. Okay, give me 1 second, because I do need to drink some agua. Alright, so what I'm getting here, interestingly enough, is like, there's like gonna be like a change in both giving and receiving, okay? There's like a transition going on. Also, the word get is popping out at me. So, meaning, the giving and receiving is when you are, I guess, like, it's double receiving in terms of getting, right? So, I also sense that, like, the knowledge of today, since today's, like, knowledge, spirituality, and self-love and self-care, very good treatment, let's put it that way. Tomorrow is going to be more so about the evolution of today, which is going to be like something lands tomorrow in terms of like an evolutionary process of what you like maybe thought of prior to today in terms of like a form of thinking might evolve into, all right, like this actually, like a different sense of thinking actually could be way better for your situation. So like my whole thing is, I think there is a shift in perspective in terms of getting and basically, and like I said, to start out with, this is more so of a love reading. So I feel as though you're going to realize that receiving love in a different way than maybe you've seen it as a negative way, or like maybe you were limited to, or you were closed off to. I think that's what I'm trying to get to, is that you were closed off to. Now you're going to be opening up, and it's going to be a very well balanced like relationship in terms of whoever you're dealing with. It's going to be really like give and receive instead of like, you know, one always giving, one always taking. You know, I don't even like the word take, because take should not be a thing when you're kind of just naturally in an abundant flow with people that you absolutely, you know, love, like in terms of just like are loving upon, you know. So yeah, so giving and receiving is more so my flow for sure. Unless like you're under some sort of, I don't know, fucking time crunch, and then you're like, you gotta take some shit, you know what I'm saying? And then that's when, you know, that's when, like, again, so like, I'm usually all about the long term, but if there is some sort of reason that you're like having to take on a quick, obviously life happens, you know what I'm saying? So, but not about that life for a long period of time, because then it's just like, it's really off balance in the negative way. So going back to the midway happy way, I feel as though the rays of sunshine are coming through. They're definitely some sort of like crowning of light is happening, because that's how I see. But also like a rainbow, like it's like a rainbow of like crowning of light. So it's kind of like crown meets rainbow, right, at the tip of the crown. So maybe somebody is like healing, but you know what I'm also seeing when I'm combining the two is like shells. Like maybe there's like a shell thing happening where it's like maybe you got to be by the ocean, or maybe there's gonna be, well, when I think of shells I think of water, and water is usually emotional. So I just feel like, you know, there could be like this is what's coming through, an emotional crowning of sorts, which basically I think just makes you feel really grateful about all the shit that you've been through. And you're kind of like, oh, it's also new beginnings. That's so funny because today's endings, right? I don't know what time it is. I think it's like around 11:30, but where I am at least. And so it's really interesting because I was going to say new beginnings, and I really fucking just realized that tomorrow's November 1st, which is all about new beginnings. So you're getting crowned in like a good way in terms of you finalizing some sort of race up until today. And then tomorrow, so today's like obviously a highly spirited day with you know, with Halloween and spirits around and stuff, right? But like, so today's an ending in terms of the, you know, is spirit really helping you to end things. But then tomorrow is a brand new fucking beginning with spirit also highly apparent, right? Highly there. So yeah, don't take a lot of shit. Don't take a lot of shit. That's a good way to put it too. There's that too, in terms of taking a lot of shit. Like, you might as well be taking something else other than shit. That's all I gotta say. But I understand the whole sacrificial bullshit that we've all been kind of, I guess that the good people find it to be okay with, but at some point it's not okay. You know what I'm saying? Again, when you're taking it for too long, it's not okay. So you're gonna have to like pause it, you're gonna have to reframe it, readjust it, restart it, and then that type of, and so maybe this is a pause, right? Like in between today and tomorrow, there's a pause where that happens, where we've kind of come so far, whether or not we're taking a lot of shit or whatever have you, there's just a cycle that's closing out and a new one beginning. But since you're saying it's 12 o'clock, this is wild because it's like literally we're at the Midway Happy Way card, which is within the next few months. So what I'm seeing is like you're gonna just have this vision right now into tomorrow of like where you want to be in the next few months. And it could be literally a clear vision of where your visions are taking you, like what kind of dreams you want to have. You know, like I'm talking about dreams when you're obviously when you're, you know, up and awake and walking around, but also maybe you might have, like tonight when you do fall asleep, you might have visions in your dreams that literally tell you how to go about living your life. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and I just feel like it's gonna brighten your day, it's gonna brighten the next few months, it's gonna really brighten your path to getting to exactly where you want. So this temple is more so of like a spiritual temple. I'm gonna say like inner peace, right? So whatever is coming through in terms of your, by the way, thank you for the hearts, I saw them. I just like I'm just in the mode of reading. But what I want to say here is that there's definitely like more so like of a vision. So your dream might be this like, you know, something of severe, like something like really big that will bring a lot of peace to your soul, and your inner well-being also is coming through. And so you might just be, I'm gonna say, hunkering down also a little bit, because we're in November, right? You're gonna like prep is happening for the quote unquote winter, which is hibernation, right? So I feel that within the next few months, Spirit does have you prepping for some sort of, you know, it's on here, like on earth, it's going to look like it's your home. It's like your temple. It's your inner peace. It's your, like, it's golden to you. It's something very valuable that you're working towards. You know, I'm even seeing, oddly enough, I'm literally seeing like such a weird thing. Like, I'm going to say, do I say it? All right, I'm not going to say it because I don't know how it's coming through, but I feel though it's some sort of, it's definitely a receiving. It's definitely a receiving type of energy that's coming through. So you might just be kind of even acclimating towards those energies for the next couple of months. But I do feel that once the acclimation comes, so like I feel like on earth you're going to get towards this, like, and I'm going to say new home of whatever format that takes, right? But at the same time, as once you hit the nail on the head type of thing with this dream, it's going to kind of just light up your entire world, right? So the whole thing is, it's like, so yeah, you're just hunkering down to kind of get to it, to do it, to like take those steps, to then, you know, take the pause in the landing, to take another couple of steps, take the pause in the landing, that type of thing, where it's going to be like, there's going to be a process. And once you nail it, and once you kind of, so what I'm also getting here is that you might be working on something right now even that might take a few months for it to process, right? And then once you nail it and have it down, like it's as easy as like a ray of light coming through, you know, like it's like effortless. So, and it's gonna be like, that's what I've been trying to get to the whole time, like through, it's been trying to come through this whole time. It's like, there's this beam of light that is going to basically, that you're gonna start giving off, but also it's going to be a receiving of sorts. So it's kind of like, it's wild. Like, you're gonna see it on a small level here on earth, but really it's gonna, I feel like once you get to like the knowing of it, the mastery of it, the fucking around with it in a good way, messing around with it in a good way where your creativity kind of flows a lot more, I feel like you're gonna just fucking blast open, like your soul, your fucking knowledge, your light is just gonna be shining really, not only to you, not only in the on earth, but really up to the ethers. It's gonna be like you're gonna be shining like a fucking lighthouse. Maybe this is a lighthouse, a golden lighthouse that I'm looking at instead of a temple. So so yeah, that's basically what is up. So definitely go within. Don't be afraid to hibernate. You're gonna have to really kind of give some time and effort and dedication to something to get it to where it needs to be, and that's going to be your midway happy way. That's going to be where you're going to kind of just kind of hunker down and just I just want to say, like, in a good way, crawl up in a little bit of a hole and just like focus, right, in a good creative way. Let me just read what's up. Well, sometimes it's really funny when I feel like for the guys it might feel really good to take shit, you know, like it's like a humbling, right? So I agree with that. And so for guys it's really good to do. I think for females it's a little bit more fucked up because we're already kind of sort of, I mean, depending on who you are, but I'm talking about the people that resonate with me. I feel like it really it digs us into a deeper hole than there needs to be when we're really trying to dig ourselves out of a hole, if that makes any sense. So I'm not saying so for the guys, I always say this, for the guys it's to be humble, because you kind of have to go down a little bit deeper, you know, and we were just talking about going within. So if it makes you feel better, maybe that's the case, right? You're going within, you're feeling better. Maybe you are humbling yourself. For females, we need to be more of gratitude in terms of just to stay afloat, right? To like go a little past what we need, where we're at, you know. And that's not to say that, you know, a guy can't be grateful, or a girl, and I'm not actually going to say a girl should be humble. I really shouldn't. I like, literally, girls really need to figure out a way to actually, because I know guys are hard on themselves, but guys have a little less to deal with. Like, females have a whole lot to deal with, and so we can't afford humble. We have to just stick with gratitude, because humble, it's gonna take us like 5 lifetimes over to fucking get our shit done, rather than just one. You know what I'm saying? So I just stay grateful. I stay, and that's how I have, you know, noticed that energy really has us staying afloat. That energy has us staying afloat more than, you know, sinking us a little bit further into the ground or into our emotions. Like if we're thinking about like, you know, seawater. But listen, guys, I gotta go. Have a great Halloween, and we shall talk tomorrow. Bye. If it's meant to be. All right. Bye.